Hi, beautiful Aries. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aries, this is your monthly read for February, and we're going to start with an initial card here, initial energy, to just see the overall feel for the month of February of 2023, and then really get into the message to see what's going on for you. Aries, we have friendship. Friendship. And we'll actually read from the book with my reading glasses. Friendship. The value of friendship is expressed by mutual understanding, compassion, and the ability to comfort, not comfort, comfort each other for emotional support. I'll read that again. The value of friendship is expressed by mutual understanding, compassion, and the ability to comfort each other for emotional support. Friends enjoy each other and trust one another. You may find that at this time you are being asked to assist a friend, or you will be making new friends. To be the best friend ever, give some, sounds very, teenagey, the language. To be the best friend ever, give some thought to how to enhance your relationships. Friendship is graciously given and lovingly accepted. And the mantra for this card is, I love and appreciate my friends. So there's something for the month of February that is really important to you when it comes to your friend circle, friendships, making new friends, perhaps just even coming into your soul tribe group, just finding really like-minded people who thinks like you, that you instantaneously just feel supported by, that you can trust, that you might have met them just a couple of times and you just realize and you just understand immediately how loyal they are going to be. And this might also ask you to do the same. If you're meeting new people right now, or even in an existing relationship or existing relationships, how can you show up? Like, how can you just be the best friend ever? How can you just show up a little bit more authentically, to just show your support, to just be there, be a good friend, and listen to what they are going through emotionally. I just see this group of friends that are very different. So it might also be that you're separating yourself from a group of friends. Like, if this would be representing you coming into the golden age, like really understanding oneself, really understanding your path, what you're going through, where you're headed. It might be that you're leaving other people behind right now, not in a bad way. It's just, we're parting ways all the time. People come and people go, and, people are here for a season, people are here for a couple of years, people are here for a lifetime. It's different with everyone. Or it can be, of course, this is not you, but perhaps this is you, that you're the one that's a little bit like not up to speed or up to par with what the rest of the group is doing. So for whatever reason, they're falling away, or you're sort of taking a step back or separating yourself from the group. So you feel yourself where you're at with that. Like, if you feel like you've been alone for a bit and you haven't really found your soul tribe group, this might be the indication that the month of February, at least one person out of that soul tribe group will start to find its way to you, if they haven't already. So beautiful start there. So let's go a little bit deeper. What do we have for Aries, please, for the month of February 2023? Okay, start again. I'll listen to start again. There's quite a lot of cards, but I thought I was going to take them, but apparently not. What do we have for Aries, please? There you go. And I'm actually immediately going to go to another deck. says, congratulations, you did it. You've done a wonderful job with something. What do we have for Aries, please? Looks like there's one more. Wow. There is one more. I'm sticking it out because I feel like there is one more. There you go. Wow, what a difference in, okay. Aries, there's something here. Okay, we're going to do one at a time here. Six of Gabriel. This card is talking about like, congratulations, like you did it, you've done a wonderful job. There's something you've been working towards. There's something you've been wanting to achieve. You like put your head, like just your mental focus on something, and it's like, congratulations, you did it. You've done a wonderful job, and you should pat yourself on the back, like just good on me, Aries, for continuing on this path. The star, or the hope, the star card, 17, immortality, longevity, never-endedness. This is talking about like not giving up and starting to see your dreams come true, manifesting whatever it is that you want, and really coming into the place of recognition, how the work that you've done. It's almost like, so if you for a couple of months have put a lot of energy into anything, you haven't really grown like an outer response to that, if that makes sense. Like you haven't really seen any real evidence of, it's just you know, random breakthroughs is what I'm getting. It's like, yeah, there's little hints and little glimpses here and there, like you'll have occasional breakthroughs, but this is when it's like really starting to come into the fruit of your labor. And then after that, we're going to go deeper into these energies. We have the temptation card. We have the temptation card that is sort of, I just feel like there's something you have done here or are doing here, working towards something you really want or want to see a result in. And you really are starting to having that breakthrough. Something is coming full circle, something's being mended, something becomes whole. And then it's like, I don't want to go as far to say it's self-sabotaging, but it's like the moment you get going in something, there's a block coming in, or there's a, well, yeah, I was supposed to do that thing last night that continued on to create more momentum in whatever it is that you're doing. And this is not something that you don't like to do. This is something that you really enjoy doing. You've said at some point that this is what you want to do, and you get excited when you get into it. And the momentum is really starting to pick up speed. But instead of continuing on with that momentum, there's a tendency to, well, I'd rather just watch television instead. Or like, oh, the new series, there's a second season of this series that you've been watching that you need to watch first. Or like, there's something, and you know, nothing wrong with that. Like if we were to just talk and say like, what's going on? Oh, I've found this series on Netflix, whatever. Like that you really, really enjoy watching. And nothing wrong with watching the second or third or whatever season that's coming out in that. But when you're using it as a tool or as a block to hinder the momentum of what's picking up speed here, it's not necessarily just, you know, it doesn't have to be that you're finding something on television, but it can be television. It can be that you're messing up your sleep patterns so that you're just too tired to do what you're supposed to do. It can be that you're filling your body with stuff that you know is not good for you, or like whatever messes with your energy. And it's just a little like warning for the month of February. You are coming in with like-minded people. You're seeking your soul tribe. Friendships are really becoming important for you, sharing the same vision of a lot of things, and really starting to pick up momentum in whatever field, whatever you're headed towards. To be on the lookout for this little self-sabotaging thing that is like, it's so easy to be tempted to go back into what feels familiar, to what feels like, it's almost like, okay, so if you've had a really quiet home life, or you've had a really quiet work life, let's say, and you've been working towards something, you've been working towards, nothing comes to mind. But let's say, so for instance, if you're single, or if you're like having a very low-key relationship where nothing really happens, but you have grown your own, you have your own agenda, you have your own schedule, you have your own routines, you have your own stuff, and then you ask for this relationship, or you ask for improvement in an already existing relationship, and then the improvement comes. And so your spouse or your partner starts to talk about, maybe we should go there, maybe we should see this therapist, maybe we should go look for this, you know. Or if you're single, you are noticing that, maybe there's a little bit of interest from certain people, and like you thought you wanted to meet someone, but as you do, it messes a little bit with your schedule, and it feels more comfortable to go back to the routine of comfort, where you feel safe, where you have your own sort of setting of things. And the same thing with like work-related stuff. If you've been sort of in a rut, maybe not stuck in a rut, but you've been in a rut where it's not really passionate what you're doing. It's not the most boring thing in the world, but it's not all that passionate what you're doing. It's not maybe coming purely from your heart. It might be, it's a good income, it's a, you know, and so you ask for improvement. And you've done the improvement, and the momentum starts to pick up. And then it's like, wait a minute. Like, I'm not so sure I want to, like, new opportunities start knocking on your door. People invite you to various things. You start to see an opening. And then it becomes a little bit like, do I have to now go to places? Do I have to invite people? Do I have to stretch my, like, can't I just show up at my work and just do what I'm supposed to do and then go home? Or if this is like if this is your own business, you've been wanting to see the momentum pick up, and you want to have like an extra interest in whatever it is that you're doing, and here comes the interest, and you're like, I'm a little bit busy today. I don't know if I can take on anything else. There's actually a second season of that series that I'm supposed to watch. And so it's a little bit of a temptation to just go for what's familiar, what's safe. It feels safe. And obviously you have the right to go back to that if you reevaluate what you want. If you really reevaluate what you want, and you come to terms with, you know, I thought I wanted more. I thought I wasn't like to. Sometimes we just need to be shown certain things to just understand that actually where I'm at is not so bad. It's like actually what I prefer. Then good on you. But I think for the majority of Aries here for this month, for the February month, and so forth, is you're not satisfied. You're not content where you're at, and you have been asking for more. And now when a change starts to appear, it's a little bit scary. And to then just really trust that, you know, don't go for the temptation. If you go for the temptation every once in a while, fine, do that. Don't feel guilty. Just immerse yourself in whatever cookie you want to mess up your energy, or whatever, you know, the bed routine is. Like, it just getting sleep deprived a couple of nights, sure, do that, but then get back on track and just, you know, talk yourself into it again, and just reassure yourself that I'm just scared and I'm just doing all these things because the momentum is starting to pick up. right? Is there anything else that we want to clarify there? And I think, you know, having a friend circle or having like a new friend coming into your life, or just having that really awesome friend that you already have, talk to them about this. Like if there's certain things happening or going on in your life where you feel like maybe you were a little bit stuck before and maybe you weren't all that passionate about what you were doing, or if this is like looking for other new relationship, if there's a romantic love relationship, whatever, and you're starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable or uneasy about it, or just a little bit fearful of the future, talk to your friends, talk to your like-minded people, talk to your group, and like spill it out there. Sometimes it helps to just hear your own voice, and sometimes, you know, your friends will just really come and greet you in that and come and lift your spirit when you sort of share your heart. And if this is the opposite, if this is you understanding exactly what this is, but it's not you, it's actually your friend, this is a dear friend of yours that is living a certain type of life that is, they are complaining a little bit about it, like they don't really want to choose this life. They want to have a different family life, or different, you know, romantic partnership, or they want to have an increase in their work environment, changing their careers, like whatever it is that they want to do, or say that they just want to live more, or live differently, or choose a different lifestyle, or whatever. And you see that starts to happen for them. You see that they actually start to increase the energy around certain areas, and then they become afraid and sort of pull themselves back a little bit again into the familiar. Then you might be the friend, you might be their important friend right now that's being called to just really be there for them and hear them out and reassure them that, you know, I see you go out there and I see you manage to do this. Like I root for you. I'm here for you. I'm going to back you up, you know, to just be their mental and emotional support right now. And you feel which is which, right? Is there anything else we want to clarify there, please? Lordy Lord. So I will look at this. So the clarification is just really to continue to go for the light, continue to go for the transformation, to just come higher and higher up vibrationally, and let it heal you. Let the, you know, the lighter you get, the more shadow work we have to do, because the more we light things up, the more we see what's in the dark, if that makes sense, you know. Think of it as a basement, and the basement is really dark. It might even be pitch black, so you have no idea what's down there. And then you take a flashlight, and you will only see with the flashlight, maybe it's just even a narrow light that's just coming out in the dark, and it's like, yeah, I see that there's something there, but as that light grows wider and wider and wider, this is you, you're going to light up more and more and more what's down in that basement. And so this is not that the brighter you get, the harsher or harder or more painful that your life is going to get. It's just that you're illuminating. Is that what it's called? You're just shining through what was always there anyway. It was always there anyway, but you're shining a light on it now. That might also be the reason for you to feel a little bit scared, to want to withdraw, because it's like the brighter you get, the bigger the wave. Like you're starting to feel really happy emotions, but then the wave, as it comes down, it goes deeper and it goes more profound. It doesn't mean that it has to feel bad or that it has to feel negative, but you might have to work with it a little bit better to understand when you're on the lower parts, that you don't get too upset about it. It doesn't mean that you can't get back up, because we always do. There's a wave constantly. There's a constant wave, and the wave is the changing part. And that you don't then, that might be the reason also why you sort of pull back a little bit, or for your friend, why they pull back a little bit. Because the more they step into the light and the more stuff they start to heal, it can be a little bit scary, because you're bringing things to the light that maybe doesn't feel all that good. You might recognize things about yourself that you don't, really appreciate to see, but it's not, again, it's not for you to, and now you're going to live there. No, this is just to get it up into the light and heal it and then move on. And then the next thing comes up to the light to heal it and then move on. And it's not going to be like a never-ended basement, every so often we can clear out the basement or the attic or whatever, but it's not forever. The basement runs out of stuff eventually. So just keep going. There's a feeling of just keeping going and talking to yourself as excuse me, talking to yourself as if you have already succeeded and how comfortable it feels there. And whatever comes up along the way, share it with your friends. I think the biggest difference here for you is to, when you're going through those transitional moments or transformative moments, is to not keep that to yourself, but rather share it with a like-minded person. Okay? Just round this reading off. Any final advice, final thoughts for Aries, please? Really? Wow. So we have first, choose a new direction. Choose a new direction. Listen to your intuition. And perfect timing. And this can be that you're supposed to choose a new direction. It can be that you're sitting in a situation where you feel like, sometimes when the momentum pick up speed, it can also show you a different direction. It can show you that, okay, the energy really gets going, and it gets going really, really strongly, but it actually steers you in a different direction than what you from the beginning thought you were going to go down. You will get to the same result, meaning you'll get to feel content, to feel satisfied, to feel happy, to feel whatever those things are that you're looking for, but it might show up in a different path or a different capacity than you thought. And I feel like you sort of are already doing this. It might not even be that you're choosing a new direction. It just might even be that you're choosing one. You're locking in one, like you're just deciding, okay, I'm not going to be all over the place anymore. It doesn't matter that the second season of the series comes out. This is what I'm doing now. Like there's a bigger focus. And to then just really pay attention to your intuition. Just really listen to where you're being guided at this moment and dare to have the guts to follow it. It doesn't steer you in the wrong direction. It doesn't steer you. And if it looks at first glance like this is not what I signed up for, why am I being shown here? Like why am I supposed to go down this path? Trust your guidance. Trust your guidance. Trust your spirit team to put you on the path to where you want to go. And if that's through something that you maybe preferably don't like all that much, just know that there's a reason for it. There's a point to them having you go through that route, to maybe discover something about you, to maybe put something to rest, to maybe heal something, to maybe forgive something, whatever comes up. And then it brings you to the perfect timing. That's when the right people starts to show up at the right time, the right opportunity comes your way, and you feel ready when it comes. It's that moment in time where you just feel like everything starts to click into place. It's not, it was so close. It was so close. Like I'm so close now, but it was wrong. Or you hear about it afterwards. Oh, they had so much fun there. They went to this thing. And for whatever reason, you might not even know, for whatever reason you couldn't go. And that was when they had the most fun. Like a little bit feeling of a missed opportunity or things like that. When it's the now reverse, it's starting to come into focus and fall into place. It's like now you show up at the right time at the right place, and you meet the right people, and like-minded people start to show up. And it's not like opportunities hasn't come your way before, but it might be that you have pulled back. So when it actually shows its face, you haven't been ready. And then you actually, Aries, continue to maybe complain a little bit that you want to get out of the situation that you're in. And then when it presents itself again, it's like, that's not what I thought, which is just your energy feeling I'm not ready. So this is when the perfect timing starts to come into your life, when it starts to just really fall into place for the month of February. I love that for you, Aries. I do offer personal readings, so if you're interested in one, please send me a message. It's a reading just like this, but it's with your personal questions. Send me a message. The information is in the description box, and we'll take it from there. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.